This week we hang out with Ron Howard.
And then we make him tell us some secrets.
Really?
Watch and find out.
Internet video is wild, y'all.
This is the Star Wars Show. From the Lucasfilm headquarters in San Francisco, here's your hosts, Andy and Anthony.
Hello and welcome to the Star Wars Show, the only Star Wars show on the internet that is celebrating May the 4th on May the 2nd.
Yeah, because sometimes Star Wars pun holidays don't always match up with your weekly Wednesday release schedule.
Here's to you, Revenge of the 5th episode in 2021. And now, the news.
Late last week, Lucasfilm announced Star Wars Resistance, a brand new animated series coming to television this fall.
The series follows the adventures of Kazuda Xiono, a young pilot turned spy recruited by the Resistance to gain intel on the burgeoning First Order.
Taking place prior to the events of The Force Awakens, the show will feature appearances by Oscar Isaac as Poe, Gwendolyn Christie as Captain Phasma, and BB-8 as BB-8. How did we pull that off?
Very tough to get time with that guy. Created by Dave Filoni, Resistance touts a bold and new colorful animation style not yet seen in the Star Wars animation portfolio.
For more details on Resistance, including the full voice cast, check out StarWars.com.
Over the weekend, a brand new solo featurette debuted that showed even more footage from the film, as well as interviews with the cast and filmmakers.
The featurette also dove into the character of Han and what it takes to become him, as well as giving us more moments of Han and Chewbacca together, including the genesis of his iconic nickname.
For more breaking news from around the galaxy, and trust us, with May the 4th coming up on Friday, there will be probably a ton of it. Check out StarWars.com.
Well, there's like turtle-y looking aliens.
Sure. Aw, jeez, buddy.
Oh, man.
We can help you fix it.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, awesome. Easy.
Looks good.
What? Oh. I don't see. Oh,
Wow.
got it. Thanks, cheese. Got it. There we go.
Nice.
Done. Perfect.
Okay.
Guys, May 25th is just around the corner, and Solo, A Star Wars Story is so close. So please welcome the director, Ron Howard, to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
From what we've seen in the trailer, there's a lot of different genres that are kind of incorporated into this film. We've got the Western, the car chase, the buddy cop comedy. How do you go about combining all of those different elements while still presenting the characters and their relationships and finding that balance?
The trailer's a really good reflection of the movie, so it's one of those circumstances where proudly I can say it suggests a lot of feelings and ideas and possibilities of ways that the movie could really entertain the audience. John Williams wrote a new Han Solo theme.
That's amazing.
And John Powell's doing the entire movie, not only including other sort of Star Wars themes and so forth, but this new Han Solo theme, plus a lot of new stuff. I mean, the music's a character.
Well, that's fun.
Larry and John Kasdan wrote this fantastic script. And using the Han Solo character, it sort of pushed things in an adventures direction. It's kind of almost got a little 70s feel. That rebelliousness, that recklessness. And so that's informed a lot of the action. It informed the way scenes are staged, the way the action's cut, the way it's shot. And, you know, I think you feel that in the trailer as well.
Yeah, well, and that's just kind of how Han has always been perceived. I mean, he's always been the cool guy with the cool shit. What else do you think it is about that character that has just resonated with fans for the past 40 years?
It's the duality of the character. The idea that he's out for himself, he's got an outlaw spirit and code on one hand, but he can't quite live it and walk it because he doesn't entirely feel it. The duality is he's a great guy, and he hates that about himself.
Trying to shake that good part of him.
This story, it has a lot of fun with the characters, and when I say fun, you know, there's a lot of humor, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of excitement, and that is fun. But also part of the fun is identifying these qualities in Han and also the characters around Han. So the relationships really shape him.
So where should we be looking for your brother Clint in Solo.
If it was Rocky, he's kind of the Burgess Meredith of the sort of underground droid battle world. He rubs L3 the wrong way. It's one cool scene, but he's a part of the introduction of L3.
It seems really cool that there's just this core of characters that we're going to follow their relationships really deeply and see how they influence huge events in the galaxy later on.
Yeah. What the Kasdans did is gave us a story to work with that is so full of adventure and twists and turns, but the plot is driven by character. And it is driven by this kind of discovery of what defined him, what began to define him. I think it's a kind of classic journey and a little different from Star Wars in that it's true to the galaxy and the spirit of it and what we know and understand of it, both tonally and in terms of the Empire and the power that controls things. But this isn't about a giant war. This is much more focused on what does all of this mean to this young guy.
So your history with George and with Lucasfilm dates all the way back to American Graffiti. What was it like working with Lucasfilm again and having George on set while you were making this film?
George came and visited on day one, and he doesn't hang around.
No pressure.
Well, no pressure. In fact, I felt nothing but supported. It was great to have him there. I was even kind of prodding him, and he finally gave me a good idea about a little Han Solo behavior. So we could even say he pitched in. He's always shown a lot of confidence in me and support, and it's meant a lot over my career. His friendship means everything. It's a thrill to be in all of this and working with this tone, with this style. One of the things that I really discovered, having always been a fan, I really did not appreciate how complicated the sort of the harmonics of the way these movies entertain us really is. So it looks simple, it looks fun, it's playful, it's exciting, it's got heart, all of those things.
There's all of these other things that you have to hit.
And you put them together along with the technical cinematic mastery that is required in order to tell these stories this way. It's an entirely unique kind of storytelling experience from a director's standpoint. And as fans, we're not meant to think about what it takes to make the movie. We're meant to just lose ourselves in it.
Right.
And I was reminded that, of course, there's a lot that goes into this, but the ultimate outcome goal is take people on an adventure.
All right, so we have a game that we want to play with you.
Okay.
This game is called Hans or the Fonz. And I'm going to ask you these questions, and the answer is either Han Solo or the Fonz.
Okay.
Appears in a series with a catchy theme song.
Oh, wow. Well, all the themes are pretty catchy. Oh, man. Catchy? I'll go Fonz.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was Han Solo.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you'll get the next one, though.
Okay.
Has a super cool ride.
Even I am going to go for Han Solo, because what's better than the Falcon?
I don't know, man. Motorcycles are pretty cool. He jumped 14 trash cans and crashed into a chicken stand.
I am such a loser when it comes to this game.
You're just getting warmed up. This one's easy. Coolest guy in the room.
Hey.
Sorry, that was a trick question.
Yeah.
The answer is Lando Calrissian.
Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with that, because Lando is awfully damn cool.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Could be described as disreputable and or a rebel.
Can we just call it a draw?
Sorry, it's one or the other. These were very thoroughly researched.
Han Solo?
Sure.
She gave me one.
Well, you didn't do very well on that. But there's one more thing that we would like to play with you that I think you can redeem yourself on.
Okay, I want to redeem myself.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Andy, because I failed so miserably at the Hans or Fonz game, which we all know was entirely rigged, right? Okay, but despite that, yeah, I was miserable, and I'm going to try to make it up to you, all right? So here we go.
Now the story of a family that wants to rule the galaxy and the one son who had no choice but to save it. It's Star Wars: A New Hope. Meet Darth Vader. He's upset because his daughter, Princess Leia, stole his secret plans.
I want to know what happened to the plans.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She actually did. Fortunately, Leia's droids landed in the backyard of Luke Skywalker, who found her secret message.
Who is she? She's beautiful.
She's his sister. Curious for answers about the message and the girl, Luke finds Obi-Wan in the desert.
Don't seem to remember ever owning a droid.
From a certain point of view, Obi-Wan was lying.
R2, 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 R2.
Back home, Obi-Wan tells Luke about a religious cult he and Luke's father belonged to.
How did my father die?
Well,
a good friend.
Well, hoping to meet his mystery girl, Luke followed Obi-Wan to find a ride across the galaxy. Not with him, but with this guy.
You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's a ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
Hey, that would make an interesting movie. Go see Solo, a Star Wars story, only in theaters May 25th. Still refusing to give up the plans, the Empire taught Leia a subtle lesson.
What?
Coming out of hyperspace, Han and the gang were confused.
A fighter that size couldn't get this deep into space.
Look at him, he's heading for that small moon.
It wasn't a moon, but it did put them in the path of Leia for an easy and quiet rescue. In 10 minutes, they caused millions of credits of damage and blasted at least 15 stormtroopers. While Obi-Wan shut down the reactor, the gang split up, and finally alone with the woman he loves, Luke made a bold attempt to get closer to her.
Good luck.
Moments later, Luke and Leia meet up with Han and Chewbacca.
What kept you?
We ran into some old friends.
Uh-huh. Obi-Wan also ran into an old friend. And while the gang escaped to the rebel base, they planned to destroy the Death Star without the help of Han.
I know what I'm doing.
He didn't. Seconds into the fight, the rebels were being blown up one by one, with Vader closing in on Luke.
I have you now.
He didn't.
What?
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
On the next Star Wars, Luke and Leia get a little closer. And Darth Vader gets to spend a little quality time with his son. And that's why you always leave a note.
You're watching the Star Wars show.
Thanks to Ron Howard for lending his voice to our Arrested Development sketch. We will now rip up all of the blackmail material we had on you.
And thank you for not tweeting about it before us. With that, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, download the Star Wars app, and have the best darn May the 4th ever.
Thanks for watching, and may the 4th be with you. I really enjoyed how into that you got.
Yeah, I'm just cheerful today. I don't know. I don't question it.
I'm not going to question it either. It's never happened, and I'm just going to ride the wave. No, that's not how bloopers work.